no stopping. It's Sleeveless Saturday or Shotgun Saturday morning.
Shotgun Saturday afternoon.
Afternoon. Oh, that's right. That's different for everyone.
Depends on where everyone is.
And it's not afternoon with me either. Welcome everyone to Loser Leaves Wrestling. This is the weekly wrestling. We're going to get right into it, Roy.
The weekly wrestling 40.
This is the weekly wrestling 40.
We've done 40 of these shows.
Ew.
Isn't that insane?
We should probably quit before we get too much of the habit of something, you know? Hassan's here.
Hey, Hassan Terrell's here.
Hassan, hi guys.
Hey.
And hi to you, Hassan.
Hey, Hassan.
I'm trying something different today, Roy, which we'll see how it goes. There's going to be limited sounds. I'll give one just for everyone.
Well, you're not sharing your sound, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of course I am. So we're going to have limited sounds today because I'm going to be doing something radical. But let's talk about
get into it.
Rampage real quick, just briefly. Yeah. Did you watch?
I did watch. And let me tell you something. Great show. 2 reasons why it was a great show. Do you want to hear my 2 reasons?
I'd like to hear it.
Willow Nightingale, Jamie Hayter.
100. That should have been the main event.
This is so good.
That should have been the main event.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the women's division over. You have 2 hard-hitting, young, top of their game bruisers. Hassan says, I saw SmackDown and Rampage yesterday. Hell yeah. That's what we're talking about. Brett's in the chat. My first weekly wrestling ever? No.
Wow.
Turbs.
It took you 39 weeks to get here?
Turbs, you're in for a treat because we got...
Turbs is always tattooing.
Yeah, Turbs is always tattooing. Turbs loves to tattoo, and we appreciate Turbs for it. But there was that. Here's just some highlights and lowlights.
Yeah.
The highlights and lowlights.
Lowlights.
Show Private Party and Butcher and the Blade versus the Acclaimed.
Private Party looked good.
They looked better than they ever have. Why is Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade getting a title match ever?
I know. Well, because it's an open contract. That's the excuse that they make.
Why? That makes no sense. But they did talk about it a little bit afterwards. They showed the firm in the back.
Yes.
And I enjoyed that. Actually, if this is how they're going to treat the firm, just like a bunch of buddies waiting for their next gig, like the APA.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Ding Dong Morrissey is a better Wardlow than Wardlow.
Morrissey looked great.
Yeah.
He looked great.
He's just a better Wardlow than Wardlow.
He kind of is.
And I also love the Gun Club just being like making fun of the FTR. That was a lot of fun.
I like that they called themselves Top Guns.
Yeah, and that's actually what they should name themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's good. And Apollonia said, what? Why? Just really funny.
Pretty good. We got Leah Moriarty beating Fuego, which was fine.
Yeah.
And we got a beatdown afterward.
Got a nice little beatdown.
Willow Nightingale versus Jamie. Great
highlight
match.
Of the show.
Highlight of
the week.
We got Hook beating up Ryan Nemeth. Boring.
I think that's all weird. I don't like that they're advertising Hook. Like, oh, Hook's going to be on the show. And then Ryan Nemeth comes out. And it's like, well, we obviously know why Ryan Nemeth is here. Like, just like have Hook have a squash match. Like,
it was just
don't advertise Hook. One or the other.
And then we get John Silver versus Roosh. Good match.
Yeah, good match.
Good match. It should have been in the middle of the card, and Nightingale and Jamie should have been the end because everyone was waiting for that. Mm-hmm. Brett says, sorry, fellas, I'm usually working.
Yeah,
man, we know the tattoo.
People love getting tattoos on weekends.
Mean Mr. Tattoo. That's what we're gonna call you. Mean Mr. Tattoo.
Mean Mr. Tattoo.
Yeah, we love you, Turbs. Turby Tattoo. Is that your business name? Hassan says Willow Nightingale is nice. Yeah, she's very nice, and we appreciate it. Nice. Brett says Private Party and Butcher and Blade getting title shots because it's Rampage. Sadly, yep. Hassan says she have a real nice afro hair. Yeah, she does have very nice.
She does. She has great hair.
And Mose writes, Hook has become bait and switch. What do you think of that, Roy?
Hook has become bait and switch.
Oh yeah,
Why?
Hook, bait and switch.
I get it.
Because the bait is, we're going to see Hook in action, and the switch is not really.
He's just going to beat somebody up.
You got to beat someone up. Yeah. Good point, Mose. And we appreciate you being here, Mose.
Hey, Mose is here. Hey, Mose.
We should get to the news, right, Roy?
Oh, there's no other thing. There's no other way. We got to do it.
We got to do it because we're going to do a lightning fast one, but we're not losing on content. No. Everything will be covered.
Yes.
So, Woodsy the Beast is here. Sleeveless Saturday. Thank you. Well, that's what Woodsy the Beast says. Let's see the norms. Send it to the hotline, not the Patreon. That's not real.
Patreon dead. Gotta fix it. Go to
the hotline 201-572-574-7222.
7222.
Send us your picks. Yeah. Joe's in the chat. Big news week. Mr. Wrestling is back home, and the first family of wrestling has been restored. Eagerly awaiting Baby Wrestling's debut. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No clue what you're talking about.
I have no idea. Hassan writes, Extreme Rules is on next Saturday night.
It's true. I'm excited to potentially watch that show. Hey,
yeah,
we watch it together. You're gonna be at my place.
Redley697 says, let's get to the news. All right. We're getting there. Welcome, Redley. Joe writes, and thank you, Triple H, for keeping families together. We love you and all you do for this great sport.
You're talking about Candice LeRae. That's what you're talking about, Candice LeRae.
That because they're so down on the totem pole of attention. Like, it's just like I couldn't have guessed that if you gave me a million guesses. All right, we have to get to the news. Number one item tonight.
Let's do it.
Number one item.
Number one
is sad.
Oh,
and yeah. Legend and wrestling icon.
Of course.
In Japan, Antonio Inoki dies at 79 years old, I believe from heart failure. He had some health problems over the past couple of years, but Antonio Inoki started New Japan Pro Wrestling, had I think 62 years in the business, something like that. And really just he amplified the shoot style form of pro wrestling, and it's very sad to see him go, but a long life, right?
Yeah, very long life, complicated legacy, very complicated, but ultimately him and Giant Baba are responsible for professional wrestling in Japan, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
do you have any moments or matches with Antonio Inoki that you've seen, or like besides? I have the picture of Muhammad Ali there, which is pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot because they were friends, but I think if I'm remembering the story correctly, they both didn't know what the deal was when they fought each other, so they kind of beat the shit out of each other a little bit.
Well, the thing is, it was going to be a work. They all knew it. And then right before Muhammad Ali and his team got cold feet, they're just like, what is this guy just decides to go to town?
Right.
And so then it became very iffy. And Antonio Inoki's just like, you're changing the plans. And so Antonio Inoki's just like, you want to change the plans? I'm going to be on my feet, on my ass the entire time, kicking your shins. And it worked. Yeah. It's 15 rounds of him kicking his shins and him trying to dance around. It's hard.
I don't have any so I've seen some matches of his. I've seen him wrestle Andre the Giant. There's a video that's circulating the internet that I really enjoy of a very long line of Japanese men walking one by one into the ring to just get slapped by Inoki. I think I enjoy that.
Well, that's never going to happen to us now, Roy.
Yeah, it's true. We're never going to get our chance.
100%. If Antonio Inoki were here, we asked to get slapped, right?
Slap me in the face. Yeah.
I want that fighting spirit. I have that fighting spirit.
There's also a video going around. It had to have been probably from like 2011, maybe, of Luke Gallows wrestling another big white man in Japan. And the match is so bad that Antonio Inoki storms out from the back, throws a chair against a guardrail, and says, "This is bullshit," and calls the match off because it's so bad.
Love it. Love that.
That's also pretty good.
Let's fucking go. I just love that video of him, like, I think it was the 70s, and this big fat guy is
that's right.
Canadian. It's just like taking advantage, no selling everything Antonio's doing. Antonio's just like, all right, and just starts clobbering the shit out of him. It's pretty cool.
He created so much.
Hassan writes, cool, you guys are nice. You are nice, Hassan, and we appreciate you. Brooklyn Bleak is in the chat. Just wonder if any of you guys saw that Jordan Grace match on Victory Road 22. Jeez. Also, do you guys know anything about Allie Catch? Did you see the Jordan Grace match?
I didn't see the Jordan Grace match. Who'd she wrestle? First of all, who'd she wrestle?
I don't know who she wrestled.
Second of all, Allie Catch. Sure, I've seen a lot of Allie Catch. She's come a long way. A lot of people are kind of down on her natural wrestling ability, but interesting side note. I don't know if this is actually accurate, but I'm going with it. It's possible that her first ever match was at Inspire Pro, and we were there.
Ooh, like that.
It's possible. It was her first ever match at Inspire Pro. I know that, and we saw that match. But I don't. It might have been up there with like one of her first ever. She is from Texas.
That's interesting.
She has. I recently saw her last December. I saw her wrestle Thunder Rosa live in Dallas, and it was very, very good. So. Yeah, I mean, I want to see. She wrestled Masha Slamovich, which is a great name.
She's one of those wrestlers that, like, when she has the right opponent, it's a fun match.
Yeah, what did you think, Brooklyn Bleak? I'm sure you saw her wrestle Masha Slamovich on Impact. So tell me what you think.
Tony writes, Allie Catch is a GCW wrestler, and Hassan Terrell says, "Okay, I'm back. Thank God."
Woo.
Honestly, when you left, we were just a lot of us were just like,
lost. Hassan, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Huh? Were you over here? You up here?
But we found you. Thanks. Brett says AW Twitter account retweeted Young Bucks sneakers 10 minutes ago. Elite return on anniversary episode of Dynamite. Do you think they're going to return on the anniversary? They have to.
I think it'd be a little too soon. But yeah, too soon because I still feel like there's legal stuff that's unresolved. But the sooner the better in general. Like, let's go. Get him back.
Hassan asks, do you guys like Halloween? Yeah, I do.
I go back and forth. I have some fond memories of Halloween with you specifically.
Yeah. Well, did we ever do a team costume?
No. Yeah, but I debuted Rat Dad with you.
Rat Dad. Rat Dad is awesome. What a great fucking costume. I forgot about Rat Dad. The best fucking Halloween costume I've ever seen. Brooklyn Bleak says Jordan Grace wrestled Max the Impaler, and the bumps and overall stiffness was crazy. We should check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. She's wrestling some of it at Bound for Glory, which is this Friday.
Very interesting. Redley697 says I posted a link, but YouTube revoked it. Probably from all the porn links that people posted here. Yeah, we get some trolls. Look at the comments on some old episodes. It's just like hot, sexy women. Like, okay. All right. We have to move on, right?
Yeah, we got to keep rolling.
We haven't even gotten to the next piece of news. Also on the serious side, because I thought it was important. We're wishing the best to everyone with Hurricane Ian.
Absolutely. 100%.
The next slide there. Jerf is helping us out today. Thank you so much, Jerf. But it's number 2. They closed down the Performance Center for Hurricane Ian, and a lot of people were affected, both on AEW and WWE. Yeah. And it turns out the Performance Center is okay after the storm passed, because they are on higher ground, which is where they keep the businesses, because they don't want businesses to get destroyed. Homes, whatever, right? Because they're people. But businesses are usually in the safe places. Yeah. So thank God, a place where no one sleeps is safe. Yeah. We got to change that. Businesses get the shore.
Yeah. Give the business to the shore.
Yeah. Give the shore the business. That's what I want to do.
That's right. Yeah.
Give them the business.
Give them the old business.
A Nucky sandwich business. Hassan asked, do we like costumes? Oh, yeah.
Sure.
We love costumes. Rat Dad.
Sure.
Rat Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's any other thoughts on Hurricane Ian? Do you
No, just positive vibes to all the people.
Positive vibes. Redley697 says, I don't even know if I should read this without reading it first. Not to sound insensitive, but they should make an upcoming Hurricane a heel that all the wrestlers have set their differences aside and beat the storm. Too soon. I'm not even sure what it means. I don't even get it. Yeah. Why did I read that? Moving on. We got to get out of here. Because we are moving to the number 3 slide. And you alluded to it in this title. Who's the White Rabbit, Roy?
Oh, who's the
White Rabbit? In WWE, scratch that. That's that's later. Number 3 news is Triple H's accelerating the cosmetic. This is all news from the Wrestling Inc. There's a lot of changes happening in WWE, and apparently they're taking big cosmetic changes, Roy. Big cosmetic changes, which means new sets, new logos, new championships.
I heard about the championships, and the championships are exciting. I've heard that they have multiple belts in the wings.
Yes,
which is exciting because I would imagine the Triple H, the NXT titles, the titles in NXT have long been much better than the main roster titles. The main roster titles that Intercontinental title is so ugly and boring and generic, and the tag team titles have been disgusting and ugly for over a decade now.
And so hopefully, the WWE one looks like a toy. It looks like a Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah. It's looked shitty since 2000, since John Cena won the title for the first time and created the spinner.
Yeah.
It has been ugly since then.
And so we're excited about that. And I just wanted to just to state that.
Sets. I would love sets that are a little more like physical, maybe. Like, I'm tired of just screens everywhere. Like, give me something, AEW set is getting a little old, but at least AEW has like a tunnel. It's like, it's not just like a big flat screen that you appear out of the middle of,
Yeah. Agreed. And I'm very excited. And a lot of people in the back are just excited because Bayley and Finn Balor are saying it's like 2015 again.
Yeah, I believe it.
They're very, and it's
I heard exciting. They have big plans for Finn.
Yeah, big plans for Finn coming down the pike, and it's already showing. It's already everything is like. It's interesting to watch again. It's not there yet.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching it, but I believe it.
Like if you turn on, there's something interesting every hour.
Yeah. And this White Rabbit thing. I mean, is that the next slide? You want me to save
next one there? Let's go. That's number 4 is the rabbit. Who's the White Rabbit, Roy? You know what some people are expecting? WB is doing this big promotional ad campaign for some sort of specific character in the future. We have an idea of who it's going towards. Bray Wyatt. They actually just
Bray Wyatt.
They just actually posted something that linked to a picture of the old Mad Hatter character from Bray Wyatt, at one of his Funhouse things. And so I'm very interested. But did you hear that Ken Shamrock was even rumored to be the White Rabbit? Did you hear about that?
I love it. I think this is the best work they've done in a very, very, very long time. As far as like mysteries and debuts and like all of this stuff and like just drawing an audience in, this is the best they've done in a super long time, and I'm happy about it. I'm glad.
And
it's better for wrestling.
They're shocked by the success of it. They're shocked by apparently it's like they're planning more of these kind of out of the box digital campaigns that they could be doing moving forward. And apparently it's influencing Triple H to do more of that stuff, which is very good. But they're very excited.
Yeah. And it should be Bray Wyatt. But if Bray Wyatt comes back as like the Fiend, I'm just over all of that. I'm done. Mm-hmm. Give me the old Bray Wyatt.
Or a new Bray Wyatt.
Sure. I just don't want the Fun House, and I just don't want any of this shit. It's so tacky and cliche and uncomfortable and just ugh.
Well, if we know anything about Bray Wyatt, because I didn't mind the Firefly Funhouse first 2 months.
Right.
And I didn't mind the Bray Wyatt character for the first year.
Yeah.
I liked
the original Bray Wyatt character.
I like the original Bray Wyatt. I like the original Firefly Firehouse. But the issue is, not the issue. The promise of Bray Wyatt is it's going to be something new, and we're going to want to watch it when it first comes out. Yeah. And Vince can't ruin it anymore.
Well, right, and that's the thing. Triple H can historically, who knows? But Triple H can tell a story and have a payoff and have the characters actually win and not have it be weird and that's the thing. Vince was always good at like the first 3 weeks. And then what? And you never knew. So, and then eventually what would happen is the character just would start losing all the time.
Yeah. And he was honestly, that was the joke about Bray Wyatt. He never won matches.
He never won. He won again the first few months. He beat Danielson. He beat Kane. And then he got to Cena and just started losing all the time.
Just like Rusev. Brooklyn Bleak, says, you've got to go into detail on the costume of Rat Dad. Nope. You got to save that. Honestly, You doing stand-up as Rat Dad? I don't know.
I got to find the rat nose. That was the costume, was just a rat nose. Well, I mean, there were a lot more subtle nuances.
A lot of subtle nuances.
There were a lot of, to be a deadbeat middle-aged rat dad.
The only thing you have to bring next time is the nose and the tail, though. You need a tail.
I never had it. Yeah, I never had a tail. That's true.
But just like a rat dad, just not afford a tail. Hassan says, do you like games? Hassan, you're getting dangerously close to Jigsaw territory. Like I'm in Saw. I like games. I don't know where this is. Hassan, you trying to trick us? Are you outside? Joe writes, Triple H is saving the business one day at a time.
Let's all relax.
We're relaxing.
Business.
We're relaxing.
Let's relax.
I'm feeling
the business
chill.
never needed to be saved.
Don't say that. There are plenty of times.
When Vince went away, the WWE was making more money than ever and was being watched by more people than ever.
But there's been times when 94 WWE needed to be something needed to happen.
Yeah, but that was Triple H
that's true.
It.
No, I'm just saying there's times when wrestling needs to be saved.
Sure, of course. Yeah, and Tony Khan already did that. He already saved wrestling.
Now someone needs to save it from Tony Khan. It's the circle of life.
Tony Khan saves it from them, and then they save it from him, and on and on and on.
Honestly, I think you know who would make a great WWE creative team member besides me? Tony Khan. Woodsy B says, actually, Brock beat Cena at SummerSlam 2014 to create the WWE title.
Oh, yeah. Well,
was it that time? Was that the time that we got? No, I thought The Rock was the first one to get that big W.
No. That was, I think that Brock was the first person with that title, I believe. Yeah. Because then Rollins had it.
And then Rock had the new logo, the sharp WWE.
I don't think so.
It was still the scratchy WWE, the old scratchy one.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think The Rock had the ugly, jewel title. And then, I don't know. We'll have to look. Somebody in the chat knows. Somebody tell us.
Brett says, Roy, White Rabbit is good, but the recent Dexter Lumis return was much the superior. It's fun. Dexter Lumis is a fun character.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's sneaking around. He's being like a weird face psycho killer.
He's being Dexter Lumis.
Brett says, wish the White Rabbit wasn't overshadowing the Lumis craziness. Well, but that's the great thing is now there's there's multiple things to be excited for. Yeah, I'm excited for Finn Balor. I'm excited for Lumis. I think the Bloodline is
Sami Zayn's doing the best work of his career.
Yeah. Bloodline is it's crazy that I'm talking about a champion that's having interesting storylines, but the whole Bloodline, because I watch a lot of AEW TV, and usually the champion is the worst part of the show. The absolute dregs, they are the bottom of the barrel of entertainment. When you're at AEW. As soon as you lose the title, you become lighter.
Moxley has always been a great champion. Moxley has been I will say he's been the only great AEW champion. It's like
as soon as they win the championship, they turn on the cold water and they're like, get me out of the shower.
No.
Flush the toilet.
I will say that happened to Hangman, even though his title reign was good. But
Jade, Thunder Rosa.
Oh, we're talking about all the champions. I thought we were just talking about heavyweight champion.
To be a champion. Yeah, I'm saying to be a champion. Yeah, sure. What do we got here? Redley697 says, has there been a wrestler with new gimmick each appearance?
No.
Big Show in 2000.
That's true. But that in and of itself was his gimmick. His
gimmick was to have everyone else's gimmick. So yeah.
My dog just scared the shit out of me.
A good thing your coworkers weren't around to see that. Joe writes, I want a reality show with Vince and Khan together. So many parallels between the two. One day, Joe.
Is this Vince documentary in your news?
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm. It's coming up soon. Redley697 says, also be sure to give a like, y'all. Thank you so much, Redley697.
You're going to talk shit about my background again?
Hassan asked, do you like movie? Yes.
Oh, sure. Of course.
I love good movie.
Give me a good movie any day of the week.
Any day of the week. We have to talk about the next piece of news. Next slide there, Jerf, is Randy Orton. Update on Randy Orton. He's got a pretty bad back injury.
Yeah.
Got a pretty bad back injury, and there's no time frame for him to come back. And what got him over is the RKO.
Yeah.
And, I'd like him to take as much time as he needs. I like Randy Orton now. This new Randy Orton of the past 2-3 years, since Big E gave him a talking to.
The progressive cop, Randy Orton, because he's always going to look like a cop. He's
always going to look like a cop. Yeah, but he's become a different. He's become a different person. Yeah. He's no longer shitting in other people's bags. He's shitting in his own bags.
Yeah,
and he's shitting in his own bags, and he has to deal with
the
repercussions.
He's no longer sticking his hand, touching his dick, and then shaking other people's hands. He's shaking his own hand now.
Yeah.
His own dirty dick hand.
He shakes his own dirty dick hand. He eats his meals. He eats his chicken wings after touching his balls so that he gets to taste the medicine he's been giving out. Brett writes, do you like Kyle O'Reilly? Never heard of him.
No, I don't know who that is.
Redley697
is he also a tattoo artist?
Is he a tattoo artist? Sounds like one. Yeah. Redley697 says Royster holds grudges. Confirmed.
Only against you Redlets children.
Yeah, I wonder what they're about. Brooklyn Bleak says Charlie Haas did that different wrestler thing for a while. He did as well.
Oh yeah.
Wizzy the Beast says Rock introduced scratch version after Royal Rumble 2013. Cena beat Rock at WrestleMania 29. Cena loses the TLC match to Randy Orton, unifying the world. And WWE title, Randy loses to Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Bryan vacates. Hassan Terrell, Woodsy. Thank you, Woodsy.
Thank you, Woodsy.
Hassan says, I saw Minions, the Rise of Gru cartoon. How was it?
Was it good?
I'd like to hear more.
Things.
Brett says this was a great cartoon, Hassan. I saw that one in theaters. We should all take a look. We should do a watch along one day. Nice. Woodsy the Beast says Cena wins title at Money in the Bank. Cena loses to Brock at SummerSlam 2014. Creates Suplex City. Well, I like this.
He created Suplex City. Whatever. We don't need to get into it. It's fine.
But very interesting. We have to keep moving on, Roy.
Yes.
Because we can't stay on Randy Orton's broken back forever. We have to move on to this Vice documentary about Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Next slide there, Tim, about Vince McMahon. They're doing a documentary. Vice is going to be holding a documentary talking about these final days.
Yeah. Well, talking about his whole career, including the final days.
Is this too soon?
No.
Because we haven't gotten any conclusion on it. We're still counting them up.
I think we've gotten our conclusion. 10-4. The night that I also want to point this out. This just reminded me of something. On October 4th, this Tuesday at 10 p.m. on Vice is the debut of Tales from the Territories.
Are you excited
the
for this one?
Rock-produced wrestling documentary. I'm always down for a wrestling documentary. I'm always excited about it.
They're interviewing Abdullah the Butcher on the first episode, so I'm interested.
Let's talk. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Here. So what we'll do.
We'll do it. That's such a good idea. Brett Pendleton says, oh no, we already got there. And Hassan says, yeah, it was good on Peacock. We should go check it out. Okay. Redley 697 says, I dropped off after the second Despicable Me, Hassan. It really lost its way by focusing on the minions. I mean, they're cute and all, but to have a whole series focused on them, preposterous. Very interesting take.
Strong feelings there.
Very heavy take. But we can't stay on Minions forever. We have to keep moving on, Roy.
Gotta keep moving.
We have to keep moving on because we have some interesting things. Next slide there, Jerf. So apparently, WWE is getting ready. You know what they're getting ready for?
What are they getting ready for?
They're getting ready for this new DX homecoming or like reunion or whatever, like anniversary. And they're getting ready for a certain chant to be chanted. They were worried. Daddy ass.
Oh,
they were told to get ready for daddy ass chants.
Wow.
And to get sound ready to cover up daddy ass chants.
Wow.
That's fun. Are we seeing Billy Gunn there? No chance.
I don't think after the contract tampering thing, I think all bridges are burned. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything anytime soon. Okay.
Very interesting, though. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a good, fun piece of news. How's the news flowing today, Roy?
Flowing. It's flowing, baby.
I'm asking if it's good because I'm doing it differently. I'm looking at a screen rather than a notepad.
Love it. It's
innovative.
Outstanding.
So we got Wizard B saying, Sonny created Suplex. Cena created Suplex City. It was the 15-minute squash with Brock tossing Cena around like the ragdoll.
My only thing about that is that, yes, he's tossing around like a ragdoll, but he didn't say Suplex City until WrestleMania against Roman, I thought. I could be wrong about that. And then they started making the shirts and doing all of that. He was doing the suplex gimmick against Cena, but he didn't say, the cameras didn't pick up on him saying Suplex City until WrestleMania 2015.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Because I remember that soundbite, and I think I remember Roman being in the ring. Yeah. Redley six. Don't ask that, Redley 697. Brett Pendleton says, no, Red. We were talking about Minions: Rise of Gru. Minions Forever is the next movie in the series. Very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. We're not going to fault you. We're not going to fault you. We're moving on. Moving on because we just talked about Daddy Ass. Let's take over at AEW World. The next slide, Tim. House of Black is in disarray, or maybe not.
Maybe not.
So we were hearing that Malachi Black asked for his release or was wanting a release. Same with Buddy Matthews. They kept saying,
I didn't hear that he wanted a release. I heard that he wanted a break. Buddy Matthews.
What's the difference? You know, like it's kind of like you're not wrestling anymore. They kind of want to be away from the ring. There's been rumors that they want to go back to WWE, but then we got confirmation. We had Tony Khan saying there will be no releases.
Yeah, which is interesting.
There will be no releases. That means like a certain amount of people. The House of Black probably staying to. They were saying they were doing it for mental health, which I believe that they want to take a break, recalibrate. But also, it's kind of like just interesting timing.
Yeah, sure. Well, and I think Andrade is a really good example of that because he's being pretty public about wanting out. And now he's wrestling at a match next week on Rampage where if he loses, he leaves the company forever. So,
well, let's. We're going to hit Andrade in just a second. We're going to hit Andrade in just a second, but we should also talk about the EVPs. Next slide there, Jerv. With the Elite. They still no word back on when they're going to be, the suspension is going to be lifted. And apparently there's not even regular contact with them in the office anymore.
Pretty interesting.
And no one knows what's going on. I have a feeling they will be returning in the next 2 weeks.
Love it. I love it.
I have a feeling that Ace Steel is not going to be returning ever again. I think
Ace Steel's fired. I don't think there's any doubt that Ace Steel's fired. Even if CM Punk returns, Ace Steel should still be fired.
But they also Young Bucks and the thoughts of joining WWE. Apparently, that might not be real at all.
I could see that not being real.
It might not be real at all.
I could see that.
Next slide, there's your and Andrade has been aching to leave. So is Miro. Andrade is posting pictures of him doing the Suck It picture. Did you see that?
Really? No, I didn't see that.
He's posting. Has a tag of Free El Idolo.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fun.
And so yeah, it's pretty obvious he's not happy. And what were you saying? Like next Rampage, he's facing who?
He's facing 10, and the winner, if 10 wins, Andrade leaves the company forever. If Andrade wins, then 10 has to remove his mask. Now it's much more likely that 10 loses and he has to unmask because that's the next logical step. And it's on the 2-year anniversary of Brody Lee's last match in AEW and his last match ever of his career. So I like him losing. The drama is there for that. And I think that is the next logical. If you want to do something with Preston Vance, whether you do or you don't, if Tony Khan does, this is how you got to break him down.
You have to take that mask
scrap him. Yeah, and not only do you have to take the mask off, but he also loses on the anniversary of Brody Lee's last match, and it makes Andrade this great heel. So,
is he a good-looking guy?
Happens. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's just like he's a generic beefy dude.
I want to see a picture of this dude.
A weirdo.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a piece of shit.
Yeah, for sure. He looks like a
no offense, Preston Vance, if you're watching.
A WWE heel from the early to mid 2000s. Like a Chris Masters wannabe.
Yeah. He has that Chris Masters face, and I know why they cover it up now if they want to be a baby face.
Right.
He has to be a heel. Next slide there, Jerf. Because the back there, just a little contract news on Soraya. Rusty old Soraya. I'd like to call her Rusty. She said she was Rusty the other day.
Yeah, she was.
Her contract, and apparently it's like a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And still no word if it's going to be in terms of wrestling or not. But we do know there's going to be 3 years where she's going to be with the company, which is, again, I like her. I want her to stick around. I want her to get more reps in. I want her to get comfortable. Yeah. If she wants to wrestle, cool. But let's not force her beyond what she's capable yet.
Sure. Yeah. Ease her in.
Ease her in.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. We got some comments here. Hassan says, I like the minions and they are cute. I agree. They are pretty cute. Brooklyn Bleak says, how long has Buddy Matthews been in AEW though? Less than a year?
Less than a year. Yeah.
Brett says, leaving the stars to themselves, go live on their Instagram to say that all of it is senseless and fabricated. Leaving the stars themselves to go live on their Instagram to say that it all is senseless and fabricated. Not sure what you mean by that, Terps.
Malachi Black did that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But I don't trust, just like I don't trust the wrestling news necessarily.
Yeah.
I also don't trust wrestlers.
No,
sorry. Because you want money too. We all want money, and we all want to get rid of the bad things so we can talk about the good things. Right. So bless you, Malachi.
Bless you.
Hassan writes, Bound for Glory is on this Friday night. You mean yesterday, right? Or next Friday?
This coming Friday.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting thoughts, Hassan.
Yeah, big wrestling weekend.
Very huge. Brett says, Andrade has all the talent in the world, but if he left AEW, wouldn't be missing anything. One less crime family BS stable to worry about. And it's not like the wrestlers ever anyways. He wrestles ever anyways.
Andrade would be used really well in the WWE.
Especially right now. There's a lot of people that would be used really well in WWE right now, but they only have a limited number of spots too.
Andrade could be heavyweight champion in WWE. There's a path for him to become heavyweight champion. Especially if he's with Zelina Vega. Especially if he's got Zelina Vega. And it's the original package from NXT. Andrade and Zelina Vega, yeah.
You don't think Andrade and Charlotte?
No. I think Andrade and Zelina Vega because Zelina Vega should be what she was to him in NXT. Charlotte's Charlotte. His manager. She would wrestle and she would also manage, and
I forget what
he was his advocate or something.
What was his name in WWE?
Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we had to keep. Brett says Andrade. Oh, we already said that. Brett says we'd all be better if he went back to WWE. I agree.
Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Leave Rush though.
Yeah, you like Rush.
Oh, I want Rush. I love the booking of Rush versus Hangman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that booking.
Yeah. Are they wrestling next week? Did they make that announcement?
I think, but like that is just like they have such chemistry together, just standing next to each other. It's like they're cousins. It's great. Yeah. They have a similar impactful style. I can't wait for those matches. I'm very excited for that. And next slide there, Jerf. El Bandito is being looked at along with Juice Robinson.
They offered Bandito a contract.
Well, it's just like they're interested, but we have no confirmation on anything, you know?
I don't know why confirmation, but they did offer Bandito a contract. And there's a part of me that wonders. So I don't know if you saw this tidbit, but I saw it from like Meltzer or somebody that the WWE mid-match with Jericho, mid-match, they were asking for Bandito's number. They were trying to get in touch with Bandito. Not even like
WWE.
Yeah, they instantly wanted Bandito. Like instantly.
They couldn't ask Kevin Owens. or
Kevin Owens doesn't know him, but like you could ask. There's somebody out there. Sure,
they have people in
there. That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
They were asking around. They were asking around for Bandito's information. Like,
but you're asking like fucking Jericho.
No. I'm saying like,
but I think it's funny that they even go to Jericho because Jericho will repeat everything.
Well, they weren't going to Jericho. But they went to someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was confused.
But WWE was instantly like so sold on Bandito, and they wanted Bandito. So I think that's another reason why Tony Khan was like, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna give him a contract." So I don't know if he signed it yet, but
dude needs a new mask. I just gotta say that. Brooklyn Bleak says, "Wow, no sideways backhanded comments about Hangman at all when paired with Rush." Huh? Sure, why not? I like Hangman Page, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I hate how he acts sometimes in the ring, like not in the ring, but like his character on TV. When I feel like he was one way for many years and I really enjoyed it, and now he's a different. But like I really like him and I want to see him succeed. I think he should have the TNT title.
Yeah,
Give Hangman the TNT title. Let him build that one up. He's a cowboy. TNT. That just makes sense.
Yeah,
they blow up bridges all the time.
That's true.
Cowboys. Brooklyn Bleak says, so I'm playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption, Roy, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
That's true.
Brooklyn Bleak says, so mid-match on the AEW show, they're trying to get to Bandito, but they don't pay any attention whatsoever to the lower organization. What are you talking about, the lower organization?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Brett says, sleep, like Z's. We got to keep moving on because is there a reunion about to happen, Roy? Is Colt Cabana and CM Punk going to come back together and be friends after hearing this interesting news about Dr. Aman, the person that sued both of them? It's no longer with WWE. Do you think they're going to come together on this? Do you think they're going to reach out and be like, hey, ding dong, the witch is dead. Am I right, Colt?
No.
Colt? No. Yeah, so this is the voicemail. This is the voicemail that Colt, CM Punk's going to leave Colt. Hey, Colt, Chris. What's his name? Chris?
Scott.
Hey, Scott. This is Phil and Bark and Larry. Listen, I still think you're a piece of shit and I hate you and your mom, but you know, Dr. Aman's no longer here. And I just wanted to say, you spent a lot of my money and I love you. And I want that money back. Mandy's Bakery is the worst place to. I don't know. I have nothing. I think I started off really good.
Yeah, and it was really strong.
It was really strong. And then I think I lost it. When did I lose it?
I think you lost it around him spending his money, because the whole idea is that they're coming back together as friends.
Yeah.
And you veered off that path by talking about the money thing.
I had a few too many pumpkin cold brews this morning. A little too many. And we're on the last piece of news, Roy. Yeah. Last piece of news. And this is just for you. I did this just to make you smile. Because you know what, Roy? Sometimes you just have to get a gift. Yeah. You just got to get a gift. And sometimes people from the past just want another shot at glory. Some people want to jump back into the ring after years of just being gone. Almost as long as Tony Schiavone has. Roy, Alex Wright wants to get back into AEW.
He wants to get into AEW?
And he wants a match against Chris Jericho to finally settle the score.
Das Wonder Kid? Alex Wright,
who's been pretty much gone for many years. He wants to wrestle Chris Jericho in a rematch from what they had in Berlin in Berlin. And they had a match in, when was it? 1997. They had a championship match. And he never had his rematch, Roy.
I'm like looking this up because I can't believe it.
Right? You wanted to be a guest coach?
Incredible. Yeah, Alex Wright.
And he worked at the
big.
He was a guest coach at in the Performance Center.
I believe it. Das Wonder Kid.
Are you excited for this? I'm excited for this.
And it's not going to happen, but I think it's exciting.
I think it 100%. The fact that he said this out loud, and Tony Khan would love an opportunity to give Chris Jericho whatever he wants.
Yeah, well, that's true.
If Jericho wants this, and he's going to address it on his podcast.
Yeah.
If anyone mentions Chris Jericho's going to talk about it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's a good point. That's fun. That's fun.
Well, that's interesting. That's a great way for us to get in the forefront. Let's talk about Chris Jericho. Let's name this the Chris Jericho podcast. Loser leaves Chris Jericho.
Leaves Jericho.
Brett says, wish it was Hangman leaves wrestling match. Come on now. Brooklyn Bleak says, Brooklyn Bleak says, I gotta find a clip somebody found of Punk and Cole talking about how they would abuse and manipulate this ring rat for free car rides and stuff. Who would have thought that they were that way? Lol. Yikes. Yeah. Now that's holding a grudge, lol. Alex Wright. Oh, Alex Wright's holding a grudge.
Oh,
that's
yes.
But we have to, that's the end of the news, everyone. That's the end of the news. We have a top 10 that I'm going to blaze through, Roy.
Blaze through it.
I'm going to blaze through it. And it's a lot of fun because it's going to be the top 10 worst t-shirts of all time.
Oh my God.
And I have pictures, but the honorable mentions, AEW has some bad t-shirts.
They do.
Cody Rhodes has a t-shirt in AEW of him at a table, a cartoon of him at a table with a fork and a spoon, and it says, "Daddy eats first." That's an honorable mention. Oh, honorable mention. Damn right I did, by Earl Hebner. It's a white t-shirt with just stripes going down the front. So it's like, it looks like one of those like Blue Lives Matter flags. And it says, "Damn right I did." Very bad. John Morrison. It says Jomo Sapien.
Oh yeah, I remember Jomo Sapien.
And it's like a weird Sasquatch looking shirt. And the last one on the honorable mention is Spit or Swallow. Carlito's Spit or Swallow with an apple.
Yes.
And it was an ugly t-shirt. Well, let's get into the top 10. Number 10, Roy. Stone Cold Steve Austin had a lot of t-shirts. And I remember this one as being one of my least liked. Fuck fear, drink beer.
Oh yeah. That was like after he retired. I feel like that was like commissioner years.
That was the commish. That was GM. Number 9, conveniently named, and this is by Wrestling Inc., by the way. Wrestling Inc. came up with this top 10.
This is a pre-existing list. You didn't make this.
This is a pre-existing list, and I love the Wrestling Inc., and we get all our news from the Wrestling Inc., and I'm promoting theirs. You could find theirs. It's on there. I think it was posted earlier this week, the top 15, but I'm just doing 10. $9.99. Remember when W Network came out? It was like $9.99. Yeah. They came up with a t-shirt for that. It just says $9.99.
Brutal.
Absolutely brutal. We have number 8 is Carrying Crosses, Faith for the Fallen. And it just says like Faith for the Fallen. And then on the back, it says, "Nothing we do is unjust. All are guilty. And the hands of the time decides the judgment." What a terrible, pretentious t-shirt.
Yeah.
We have Jack Swagger. Remember we the People?
With the hand on it?
Yeah. What a racist gimmick, Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Good racist. Cesaro didn't understand how racist it was. I don't think he knew.
Understand what was going on.
This one I didn't know. It's an AEW one. Pin Me War Daddy.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shirt. Yeah. That's a John Silver shirt.
Would you buy that t-shirt?
No.
Interesting.
I would if I liked Wardlow more, but I don't.
Would you? But you like Top Flight, right?
I do like Top Flight.
Number 4, Minnesota Nice, Colder Than Ice.
Oh, that's fun, actually. That's okay.
Minnesota Nice, Cooler Than Ice. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. That's actually really bad. It'd go up higher. Next up, we have a Chris Jericho AEW t-shirt. Is this AEW or WWE? I'm not sure, but it says Jericho Wannabe underneath, and it's a picture of a dead bee.
That's a WWE
and it says
shirt.
Wanna and then dash the B. Next up, I don't even think this deserves to be on here, but it's kind of sad. It's the Undertaker's one of his last t-shirts, and it says "Old Man" on it. It says the Phenom on the front. On the back, it says "Be wary of the old man." Just kind of sad. No. Exhausted in strength, endurance, vigor, or freshness. It says beware. It's just really sad. Then we have the ugliest t-shirt, AJ Styles TNA t-shirt, and it says AJ Lee in very unreadable font.
AJ Lee.
I think that's his middle name.
I don't. Are you sure it's not AJ Lee, the wrestler?
No, it's AJ. He's wearing the t-shirt. And the worst one, which actually works, it's Bray Wyatt's t-shirt.
This is number 1.
This is 2014 Bray Wyatt, baby. What was the song that was sweeping the nation?
What song?
Watch me whip, watch me nay.
Oh no.
Now watch me hit. Now watch me bray. And it's a serious picture of him in a butcher smock.
Oh no, is that real?
That's real. It's an ugly t-shirt. I hope y'all like that. That's the end.
Watch me.
That's a red top 10 for you. Someone else's top 10 and blaze through. Excellent job, everyone.
You've got to see this allegedly canceled Bray Wyatt. Oh my God.
Well, we'll post it on social media. Follow us at Loser Leaves Wrestling on Instagram and on Twitter, right, Roy?
Yeah. Now watch me hit. Now watch me bray. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. We got some comments here before we get to the Hall of Fame. Roy, think of your Hall of Fame while I get to the comments.
I know who it is.
Joe writes, broke former wrestlers want a payday. Also, water is wet. Talking about Alex Ray. Leave him alone. Wizard Beast is Das Wonder Kid.
Yes.
Very exciting. Brett says, I have nuclear heat with Roy. I love disrespecting Heyman like MJF disrespects local sports teams for the market he's in. It's true. You have big heat in the LLW community. The internship is riled up. There's talk of a strike. Wizzy B says the AJ shirt says Fearless on the back. Oh, that makes more sense. So it's AJ Styles and Fearless, not...
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it said AJ Lee. That's how bad it is. Brooklyn Bleak says, watch me bray. Laugh my ass off. My ribs legit hurt from that. Oh, God. I love you, Brooklyn Bleak. Everyone join the Discord. Roy, who is your Loser Leaves Wrestling Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
October 1st.
Yeah, it's the October 1st class. This one's a slam dunk for me. She's been great. She's been excellent. We've been talking about her already. She's really starting to create some groundswell, and people are really excited about her, and I hope AEW does something with her. Jamie Hayter is my inductee.
God damn, that's a lot better than what mine was going to be.
What yours going to be?
I don't even want to say it anymore. I don't even want to say it anymore because we're changing the game. I will say someone else. You know who I'm going to say? I'm going to give it to a match.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to a match that defied all the odds put in front of it. A match that was destined, produced to fail. And it did. It failed for the first 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But they brought it back because they're talented. And despite what Saraya tried to put in their path, we tried to cut the brakes on this match.
Yeah.
They got it done.
Yeah.
I'm giving this match to Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb.
Love it.
For coming back from probably the worst setup in wrestling history.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The worst setup in wrestling history was this way to bring in a match. And you know what? They had the people in it at the end of that 10-minute match.
Yeah.
20-minute promo, 10-minute match.
Yeah. Yeah.
This goes to Toni Storm, Serena Deeb. So we have our class.
Woo.
Everyone sound like a million people for honorable mention, Willow Nightingale. The women should get it.
Yeah.
The class, Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb.
I love it.
Woo, Hassan Terrell says, okay, I'm in. I'm back. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're back. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This has been Loser Leaves Wrestling, a lightning edition, but I honestly think not a single bit less entertaining.
No, not a second was wasted.
Not a second was wasted on bullshit like we usually do. Yeah. And what we give you only the top tier stuff. You want to get us a gift? Roy, do you think they should give us a gift sometimes?
Yeah, they should.
Tell a friend. Get one wrestling fan to watch our show or just follow us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Leave a review.
A review?
Leave a review.
We have thousands of views. Thousands of subscribers. And only 3 reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that's not enough.
I want everyone in this today to write a review.
Yeah, me too.
That's your homework.
Write a review. Help us out. Hey, just say 5 stars and write cool.
Get it done and let's report back in the Discord. Pret says, you guys are my only friends that like wrestling.
Well, we're happy to have you, Turbs.
It's why
we have heat.
That's why I latched on so ferociously.
Oh, that's
Turbs.
This is making me emotional.
Turbs, here's a present you could give us. Next time you're tattooing someone, whatever the tattoo is, if it's a big piece, put in a little LLW in there. Take a picture. We won't say a word. We just want to see it hit it in there.
Send it
And
to the
actually, we should delete me saying this because this might be a lawsuit. But do it and send it to us. Thank you all so much. I want everyone to have a great LLW Saturday. Yeah. Congratulate the LLW Hall of Fame class of October 1st, Serena Deeb, Tony Storm, and of course, Jamie Hayter. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ole. 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 Ole.